This is Tandao at 1 with me, Dexter Omondi. I have a lot lined up for you this afternoon. I will be bringing you up to date with the ongoing U.S. Capitol riot probe, mixed reactions there. Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara and his predecessor, Laurent Gbagbo, say they want peace after the rebel meet for the first time since a deadly 2010-2011 conflict. But Ivorians think they should be involved as well. And we start off with some politics where the Kenya-Africa National Union, KANU, has grown cold feet over its dalliance with the latest political formation in the country. KANU, through its Secretary General Nick Salat, announced that it cannot enter into a new political union as it is in a coalition with Jubilee government.
Hata ukimsikiza Kalonzo mwenyewe alisema kwamba this is not a divorce, this is a renegotiation. And as ODM, we are very, very happy to get an opportunity to renegotiate the NASA deal, because that NASA deal was very, very oppressive on ODM. So we are very happy to renegotiate, because you cannot have 10 children and I have 2 children, but you want us to share the cow in the middle.
Kina Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, waheshimu hii mkataba tulionao na nini? Na Jubilee. Si ndio? Na tukatai kuungana na hawa. Lakini vile tuliambiwa na NDC yetu ya kwamba we support Jubilee. We are not turning back. We will support Uhuru Kenyatta's government up to that particular moment when we actually form another formation, which is after the election or before the election.
Well, and that story brings me to the big question of the day. Do you think that Nick Salat's sentiments might have compromised the takeoff of the One Kenya alliance? Do you think that Nick Salat's sentiments might have compromised the takeoff of the One Kenya alliance? You can share your thought via the short code 40353. Moving forward, COVID-19 pandemic, and the government is now considering starting mixing different COVID-19 vaccines after 2 studies suggested that persons who have received an AstraZeneca vaccine as a first dose to boost their immunity by receiving a Pfizer vaccine for a second dose. The study in South Korea shows recipients had better results than those that had received 2 doses of the AstraZeneca. This as the UK government promised to deliver over 800,000 doses of AstraZeneca vaccine to bridge the country's shortage.
And data has emerged that if you get AstraZeneca or any viral vector-derived vaccine, for that matter, as your first dose, and then you get Pfizer as a second dose, you get a better immune response in terms of antibody production. And therefore, based on that, countries have gone ahead to be able to practice mix and match. And especially for us, because of paucity of vaccine doses, if you get Pfizer vaccine, there's nothing that will stop us from practicing. Even though WHO has given advisory that there's little data to be able to guide, but the role of WHO is to give guidance. Member states are at liberty to be able to implement their own interventions based on their own local context.
Moving forward, the International Authority on Development, IGAD, has endorsed the regional's Women Lands Right agenda meant to facilitate gender equality on land for a regional perspective. The endorsement comes after a meeting of Ministers for Land and Ministers for Gender and or Women Affairs in IGAD member state. The Land Cabinet Secretary Frida Coronay says the UA framework and guidelines for land policy in Africa calls for people-driven and policies and reforms that recognize women's right to land.
If we in our continent consider women to be property, how then do we expect property to own property? Those are not my words. It's a lady who was speaking during the conference we had in June. So we still treat in 2021, the year of our Lord, our women as property. And then we ask the question, how can property own property? Then you begin to understand why the rate of ownership of land in Kenya is only 2% for women. We have many laws in our country, including the Matrimonial Property Act, which says that spouses should have equal access to matrimonial property. But it's not always the case. They always end up in court, challenging each other, whether who and which property while we were married. So it's not really the absence of law that is the problem in our continent.
And as the Western region prepares to welcome President Uhuru Kenyatta this weekend, rifts are emerging among leaders over who will run point during the president's tour of the region. Youth leaders are accusing Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa of hitching a plot to sideline ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi and Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula.
Sisi kama vijana tukoona jambo hilo halitasaidia region yetu kwa sababu tuko na viongozi wawili ambao sisi kama region ya Western Kenya tunawategemea na lazima wakuwe included kwa hiyo tour ya rais, kwa sababu kule Ukambani Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, kinara wa chama cha Wiper, alikutanishwa na governors watatu huko, Mheshimiwa Charity Ngilu, Mheshimiwa Mtua, Mheshimiwa Kibwana.
Ni kwa kuunganisha sisi, tungependa tu tuunganishe viongozi wote tukae chini.
We are set to go. By Sunday and Monday we should be setting up this place for the construction of a state-of-the-art refinery.
The problem we have been having with the mining, artisan mining, they will be able now to learn more skills from more established miners like the ones that are coming here. I'm grateful to the minister. We have been together on this project for the last 2.5 years. Until now, when now our effort has paid dividends, that the president will be here to officially launch this project.
Moving forward, the youth have been urged to come up with high quality, easily accessible and relevant digital content to make Kenya a destination for global film producers. The government has opened the second film hub outside Nairobi, offering the youth an opportunity to enhance their artistic skills and earn a living.
The government is therefore working to remove barriers to local content creation and distribution, such as exorbitant classification fees and broadcasting fees. This film hub facility therefore presents the people of Bomet, especially the youth, with opportunity to develop their talents into commercial ventures. Through this film hub, the youth now have an opportunity to access information.
Produce teaching aids from this facility and sell to our schools. Siyo ni kazi pia. And I will reduce the number of youths who will be coming to my office looking for employment. So you can employ yourself, do animation, kuna hizi cartoons. Umeona hizi cartoons?
One of the government development agenda is to create employment opportunities for over 750,000 youth, young Kenyans joining the labor force annually. The Kenya Vision 2030 under the social pillar aims to make Kenya one of the top destinations of global film producers. The goal is to increase employment opportunities among the talented Kenyan youth in the creative economy.
And on to the neighboring country, Tanzania, where Tanzania President Samia Suluhu received her COVID-19 vaccine in public, kicking off a nationwide inoculation campaign in one of the world's latest countries to embrace jabs in the fight against the disease. Her son's vaccination was the most decisive signal yet of a break for the policies of her late predecessor, the late John Pombe Magufuli.
Wale wote ambao kwa hiari yao wako tayari kuchanja, tutahakikisha chanjo zinapatikana. Kwa wale ambao koo zao hazijaguswa, hawajapata madhara ya maradhi haya, wanaweza kusema wanavyotaka. Lakini nenda leo Moshi, nenda Arusha, nenda Kagera, hata Dar es Salaam, uonane na zile koo ambazo wameshaguswa na haya maradhi. Wana maneno ya kukwambia.
Well, that story from Tanzania gives me a chance to take a short break. But before the break, you can still continue sending in your thoughts concerning the big question of the day, where I had asked, do you think that Nick Salah's sentiment might have compromised the take-off of the One Kenya alliance? You can send your thought via short code 40353. And also, Tandao is still giving you shopping and paying your bills. And in case you're wondering how to go about it, it's very easy. Take your phone, go to M-Pesa and send in 100 Kenya shillings to pay bill number 4044769. Account number remains Tandao.